Welcome back to the showdown between Lucifer Morningstar and Superman Prime. Even in their base forms, these two characters represent the absolute pinnacle. Lucifer Morningstar is the embodiment of free will, an entity second only to the Supreme Being, the Presence, carrying within him the power to reshape all of existence. Meanwhile, Superman Prime 1 million is the result of extraordinary evolution, an entity that has transcended the limits of Kryptonian biology to become a god of the fifth dimension, possessing omnipotent power within the scope of the multiverse. First, Lucifer Morningstar, the Lightbringer and Absolute Will. Lucifer Morningstar, also known by titles such as the Lightbringer, Satan, or the Lord of Hell, is one of the most complex and powerful entities. Lucifer is a concept, a cosmic principle personified. Lucifer is the firstborn son of the Presence, the Supreme Being, the ultimate entity, omniscient, omnipotent, and the source of all creation in the DC universe. Before the universe was formed, Lucifer and his twin brother Michael Demiurgos existed in the void. When the Presence began the work of creation, he bestowed upon Michael the demiurgic power, the power to create matter and energy from nothingness, and gave Lucifer the divine will, the ability to shape, mold, and breathe life into what Michael created. In other words, if the Presence is the architect and Michael is the builder providing the materials, then Lucifer is the decorator, the shaper who determines the operating laws of that structure. Lucifer's power is not something he has, it is something he is. He is the embodiment of will. Lucifer Morningstar's abilities transcend all conventional scales of power. He possesses near, omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent power within the multiverse. Lucifer can manipulate reality, transmute matter, control time, space, and even create or erase entire multiverses with a single thought. In the Times Lucifer Times series, he single-handedly created a complete universe of his own, with its own physical laws, stars, and life, proving that his creative power is no less than any cosmic entity. Lucifer's physical strength, when contained within a human form, is infinite. He can easily tear apart cosmic entities, withstand attacks that would wipe out galaxies, and move at speeds that transcend the very concept of time. However, Lucifer's most terrifying weapon is not his brawn or energy, but hellfire and his ability to manipulate souls. Lucifer's flame does not merely burn matter, it burns concepts. It can incinerate the soul, erasing an entity's existence from the timeline and the memory of the universe. He can see through all lies, read every thought, and manipulate the destinies of all beings, from angels and demons to pagan gods. One of Lucifer's greatest and most fearsome feats is the war in heaven. When Lucifer decided to abdicate the throne of hell and hand the key over to Morpheus, Dream of the Endless, he faced the rebellion of the entire heavenly host. In his fury, Lucifer single-handedly fought and defeated the entire angelic army, including the most powerful archangels. He burned the angels, not killing them in the physical sense, but stripping them of their existence and power, returning them to a state of nothingness. This proves that Lucifer's power can overwhelm and erase entities considered immortal. However, Lucifer is not without limits. His greatest limitations stem not from power, but from the nature of creation and his own philosophy. First, Lucifer cannot create matter from nothingness. That is the unique privilege of the Presence and Michael Demiurgos. Lucifer can only shape and manipulate what already exists. Second, and more importantly, Lucifer is bound by free will. He cannot directly interfere with the free will of others without their permission. He cannot force someone to love him, believe him, or change their decision. This is a deeply philosophical limitation. Lucifer respects absolute freedom, and therefore, he self-limits his power so as not to violate the freedom of others. Furthermore, Lucifer is often driven by apathy. As an entity who has existed since before time began, he often finds everything terribly dull. He dislikes fighting, dislikes ruling, and usually only acts when provoked or when something piques his interest. If pushed into a life-or-death battle, Lucifer is a terrifying opponent, but in most cases, he simply walks away, leaving his enemies in bewilderment. In terms of combat, Lucifer does not use martial arts or complex techniques. He fights with contempt, with reality manipulation on a conceptual level, and with overwhelming will. He is a master manipulator, a cold philosopher, and a god who never kneels before anyone, except his father. Now, let's talk about Superman Prime 1 million. When Superman Prime is mentioned, the fan community often confuses Superboy Prime, a version of Superman from Earth Prime, with Superman Prime 1 million, the Kal-El of the 853rd century. However, in debates concerning cosmic-level power, Superman Prime 1 million is the entity that truly represents the divine pinnacle. Superman Prime 1 million is no longer a superhero in the traditional sense. He has evolved into a god of the fifth dimension, an entity that protects the multiverse with power that transcends all physical limits. The story of Superman Prime 1 million begins with the Times DC 1 million times event. After the death of Lois Lane, Kal-El sank into despair and loneliness. To honor his beloved wife and await the day of her resurrection, he flew into the core of the sun and remained there for 15,000 years. During that time, his Kryptonian body continuously absorbed solar radiation, but this went beyond mere physical enhancement. Soaking in the core of a star for millennia mutated his body, causing him to transcend the limits of the third and fourth dimensions and reach the threshold of the fifth dimension. To understand the power of Superman Prime 1 million, one must grasp the concept of the fifth dimension in the DC universe. If the third dimension is physical space and the fourth is time, then the fifth is the dimension of reality and concepts. Fifth dimensional entities, like Mr. MXYZ PTLK or Imperiex, perceive our four-dimensional multiverse the way we perceive a comic book page. They can see the past, present, and future simultaneously. They can tear the page, redraw the panels, and alter the plot. Superman Prime 1 million, with 15,000 years of accumulated energy, became the most powerful fifth-dimensional entity, far surpassing even imps like MXYZFTLK. The abilities of Superman Prime 1 million are a fusion of the infinite physical strength of a Superman in his perfected state and the reality-warping power of a fifth-dimensional entity. Physically, his strength is immeasurable. He can move planets, withstand supernova explosions, and fly faster than the speed of light without being affected by relativistic effects. However, his physical power is just the tip of the iceberg. His true power lies in his green sun energy and his ability to manipulate fifth-dimensional reality. Superman Prime can rebuild entire multiverses, resurrect the dead. He resurrected Lois Lane and the entire future population of Earth, heal all diseases, and change the fundamental laws of physics. He can create objects from nothingness, transmute energy into matter, and control time absolutely. His suit, forged from materials of the Legion of Superheroes and tempered in the sun, is virtually indestructible. Among Superman Prime 1 million's greatest feats is defeating the Sun Eater, a cosmic entity capable of devouring stars and threatening entire galaxies, and rebuilding the solar system. He has also defeated the Anti-Monitor in alternate timelines and serves as a silent guardian for the entire multiverse. At this level, Superman Prime is nearly omnipotent within the scope of the multiverse. He can hear every prayer, see every timeline, and intervene in any event. However, like Lucifer, Superman Prime 1 million also has limits and weaknesses, though they are of a different nature. His greatest weakness remains his emotional attachments. Although he has become a god, Kal-El still carries the heart of a man. His love for Lois Lane is the sole anchor connecting him to his humanity. If Lois Lane were threatened, or if her soul were erased, Superman Prime could fall into a state of madness or despair, weakening his will to fight. Furthermore, despite possessing fifth-dimensional power, he can still be harmed by entities with equivalent or higher power within the fifth dimension, or by weapons specifically designed to manipulate concepts, such as the weaponry of Darkseid or entities belonging to the sphere of gods. Superman Prime 1 million does not fight like a warrior. He fights like a god descending. He does not need to use physical strength to punch an opponent. He simply needs to alter the concept of the attack or erase the enemy's existence within the fifth dimension. He is the embodiment of hope, protection, and cosmic order. He never retreats from evil, and his will to protect life is as powerful as his capacity for destruction. The battle. On one side is Lucifer Morningstar, the embodiment of the divine will, a theological entity existing beyond the multiverse, carrying within him the power to shape reality and the apathy of a god who has seen through all nothingness. On the other side is Superman Prime 1 million, the embodiment of extraordinary evolution, a science fiction god who achieved an omnipotent state through will and love, wielding the power of the fifth dimension. If we consider pure physical strength and the ability to manipulate reality within the scope of the multiverse, Superman Prime 1 million has a certain advantage. Fifth dimensional power allows him to perceive the multiverse as a sheet of paper, and he can rewrite, tear up, or redraw that paper with ease. In a physical or energy-based confrontation, Superman Prime can unleash attacks capable of wiping out galaxies, and his suit can absorb almost any form of energy. If Lucifer were to only use attacks based on conventional physics or energy, Superman Prime could certainly withstand them and counterattack. Superman Prime 1 million is an entity of the fifth dimension. He is omnipotent within the four-dimensional multiverse and can manipulate the concepts of the fifth dimension. However, within the cosmic hierarchy of DC, the fifth dimension is still just a part of the structure of the multiverse or omniverse. It exists within the sphere of gods or similar structures. In contrast, Lucifer Morningstar does not belong to any dimension. He exists outside and above the multiverse. Lucifer's power originates directly from the presence, the supreme being, the entity implicitly understood as the author, the source of all concepts, all dimensions, and all stories. Lucifer is the embodiment of the will of the supreme being. When Lucifer manipulates reality, he is not just redrawing the paper like Superman Prime. He is manipulating the concepts of the paper, the ink, and the artist. Lucifer's power is of an absolute conceptual nature. He can erase the concept of the fifth dimension or alter the very laws by which Superman Prime exists. Superman Prime possesses the ability to resurrect and manipulate life, but Lucifer is the Lord of Hell and the administrator of souls across the entire universe. Lucifer can perceive and manipulate souls on an absolute level. He can separate Superman Prime's soul from his body or incinerate that soul with hellfire, a flame that burns concepts. Superman Prime, despite having an indestructible body in the fifth dimension, still possesses a soul which is a concept, and Lucifer holds supreme authority over all concepts of the soul. Moreover, Lucifer can manipulate abstract concepts. He could erase the concept of the sun from the universe, stripping Superman Prime of his core power source. He could alter the concept of Kryptonian or the fifth dimension, reverting Superman Prime back to a mortal. Superman Prime can withstand physical and energy attacks, but he has no special defense mechanism against conceptual manipulation attacks on a theological level, as performed by Lucifer. Superman Prime thrives on hope and love. If Lucifer were to strip away that hope, or prove to Kal-El that all his efforts are part of a script predetermined by the presence, the will of Superman Prime could collapse. Lucifer respects free will, but he is also a master of deception and manipulation. He could create a virtual reality on a conceptual level, one where Lois Lane never existed, and imprison the mind of Superman Prime within it. Superman Prime might escape physical illusions, but escaping an illusion woven by the divine will would be profoundly difficult. Lucifer Morningstar would prove why he is second only to the Supreme Being. Superman Prime's power is limited to the framework of the multiverse and the fifth dimension, whereas Lucifer's power is what shaped that very framework. Lucifer could simply strip Superman of his fifth-dimensional power or erase the concept of Kal-El's existence from the timeline. Therefore, in my opinion, Lucifer Morningstar would be the victor. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you all very much.